This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for March 5th, 2026. Some big festival announcements got made, including the Ocean's Calling Festival. That's happening in Ocean City, Maryland, September 25th through the 27th. The fourth annual three-day festival will feature the Dave Matthews Band and Hootie and the Blowfish on Friday, 21 Pilots and Gwen Stefani on Saturday, and Mumford & Sons and Matchbox 20 on Sunday. Other performers include Ludacris, OAR, Yellow Card, Shaggy, Liz Phair, Everlast, Gavin DeGraw, the Goo Goo Dolls, Third Eye Blind, All Time Low, 311, Dashboard Confessional, My Morning Jacket, and more. Pre-sale tickets start today at 10 a.m. And the Aftershock Festival in Sacramento has unveiled their lineup for this year's festival that starts October 1st through the 4th at Discovery Park in Sacramento, California. This year's lineup includes My Chemical Romance, Limp Bizkit, Pierce the Veil, and Tool, with Sublime, the Wu-Tang Clan, Baby Metal, and Danny Elfman. The Offspring, A Day to Remember, Queens of the Stone Age, The Pretty Reckless, Coheed and Cambria, Black Label Society, Body Count, Kill Switch Engage, Seven Dust, Cold Chamber, Dance Gavin Dance, Suicidal Tendencies, and Down are also confirmed on the lineup. Following the announcement that Sebastian Bach is going to front Twisted Sister for a series of shows this fall, the former Skid Row lead singer says he received the seal of approval from longtime Twisted Sister frontman Dee Snider. Along with Twisted Sisters JJ French and Eddie Ojeda, they sat down for a recent interview with Eddie Trunk, Sebastian Bach saying, "I said to Dee, I'm calling you in 10 minutes. He said, okay. I called him and he goes, SMF number 2 because he always called me that. I'm a sick motherfucker. I'm a sick motherfucking fan of Twisted Sister, and he's always called me number 2. Of course, he is number 1. I asked him what the doctor said to him. He says that he has arthritis, that his bones and knees are going out, and that he has bone on bone. The doctor said he should not be jumping around. He said, well, that is not an option. So the doctor said, you can't do it. 2 years ago, Billy Morrison hit the top of the rock chart with Crack Cocaine featuring Ozzy Osbourne on his solo album, The Morrison Project. Now Billy Morrison has announced his new solo album, Hollow, is set for release in August. Sully Erna from Godsmack, Brett Scallions from Fuel, Nuno Betancourt from Extreme, along with Dexter Holland from The Offspring, Marilyn Manson, Chuck D, Be Real, Duff McKagan, Steve Stevens, and DMC are all featured on the upcoming release. Billy Morrison said the last album was so much fun and such a creative experience for me that I got the band back together for a follow-up record. The guests on this record are at the core of the collaborative spirit that I try to put at the center of these records. Every single person I worked with stepped up, brought their A game, and helped me produce an album that crosses genres and features some really diverse songwriting and yet has a truly cohesive and powerful sound. Ultimately, I'm grateful to everyone involved for allowing me to do this again. Iron Maiden has rescheduled their second BMO Stadium show in Los Angeles on their upcoming 50th anniversary Run for Your Lives World Tour in North America. Originally set for September 26th, the concert will now take place one day later to accommodate the USC Trojans and Oregon Ducks football game at the neighboring 100,000 capacity Memorial Coliseum. Live Nation said it was, quote, forced to move the concert due to, quote, restrictions on simultaneous events at Exhibition Park. Social Distortion's long-awaited 8th studio album, Born to Kill, is set for release on May 8th. An 8-minute short documentary about the making of the album, filmed, directed, and edited by Josh Rusin, can be seen online. This is the first Social D album since Ness's recovery from a bout with cancer. Geezer Butler, Paul Rogers, Matt Sorum, Lizzie Hale, Corey Taylor, Nuno Betancourt, Glenn Hughes, Steve Stevens, Robert DeLeo, Charlie Starr, Phil X, Tanya O'Callahan, and more were on hand for the Sound and Vision Awards, with proceeds going to Adopt the Arts this week. Clips released online show the all-star band tackling Black Sabbath's Paranoid. And speaking of Ozzy, on the most recent episode of the Osbournes podcast, Sharon Osbourne has offered information about the long-awaited return of the Ozfest. saying that Ozfest will return in 2027 and that the festival will launch at Villa Park on the home grounds of the Aston Villa Football Club in Birmingham, UK, which is where the last Black Sabbath gig took place with Ozzy Osbourne. Saying, quote, "We want to do 2 days in Aston Villa and then come to America. And we want to hear where we should go in America. Also, we got to find a lot of young new talent because that's what Ozzy would want." Jack Osbourne noted that the Ozfest will do 2 days in North America somewhere, and then they'll see how it goes. If people want it, we'll be there the following years, he said. Journey have kicked off their final Frontier Tour featuring their most expansive set list in years. The 2-hour set list contained more than 25 songs. The upcoming 5th season of The Bear may be its last, according to series guest star Jamie Lee Curtis, speaking to Access Hollywood recently. She said, quote, "I think everybody understood that it was the last season of the show. If it isn't, then I've completely blown it," she said. And Johnny Cash is set to be profiled in a new A&E documentary from Oscar-nominated filmmaker Dana Adam Shapiro, who directed Murderball. Johnny Cash, The Man Comes Around, is an intimate family portrait, a true crime thriller, and a revelatory deconstruction of the Man in Black, examining the legendary artist through his profound connection to the island of Jamaica. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 300 featuring Kurt Deimer is available now.